That uppercut, man. You see that uppercut he caught him with? That's my bread and butter, that uppercut. So what do you think I'll do? What do you think I'll do? Hats off to him. He won the IBF title. Let him have his moment. But I want to tell him to get ready because I'm going to take that from him.
David, particularly in the early rounds when he was fresh, how good did he look, did you think?
He looked good. He looked good, but against Uzcategui, a wide fighter. But what happened after the 4th round? In the 3rd round, once he lost his little steam a little bit. Uzcategui, when he wanted to throw, he was touching him at will. You know what I mean? And I know how to use my jab. I know how to use my right hand. I know how to use everything. You know what I mean? I don't think he wants to get in there with me, because I have him running for his life.
What happens if he fatigues in the second half of a fight if you guys fight?
I'm knocking him out either way. If you don't get tired, you do get tired. I'm knocking him out either way. But let him have his moment, you know what I mean? It's hats off to him, but when I get my belt back, we're going to unify that ASAP.
Is that what has to happen first, though? You feel you got to get...
I feel like I want to fight that guy because I want to punish him. And I want to make an example out of him. And then that's exactly what I'm going to do. He's a good counter fighter. He boxes a lot, but he's never fought with somebody with the punch output like me, pressure like me, with the jab like me, body shots like me. He fought Uzcategui, and I give it to him. The first rounds are good rounds, but as Uzcategui found his pressure in the middle rounds and the late rounds, Caleb Plant kind of looked lost, you know what I mean? And that's what I do from the beginning to the end of the belt.
David, one more though, man. The Caleb Plant fight. You think we get that in 2020?
Hopefully. That's the fight I want, you know what I mean? That's the fight he wants, so let's make it happen.
What happens?
What do you think happens?
I know what you're going to say.
What do you think I do to people? I'll knock his ass out.
Thank you, David.
Getting his prediction for the fight, he did, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but he did predict for you to come out victorious. However, he mentioned how he doesn't feel neither fighter is that good. What are your thoughts?
I feel like he's just still mad because only 50 people showed up to his fight at the MGM Grand. So, I mean, if he's a superior fighter, why doesn't he have 50 people show up? They couldn't even put him in a co-main event. So he's mad about that. I mean, look at me. My last fight, when I fought, there was 50,000 people there. So, I mean, I don't got to speak on that. The day's going to come, and we'll see who's the best when that day comes.
You threw a little bit of shade at Caleb Plant after his fight on the telecast.
Yeah.
Caleb Plant still throwing a little bit of shade at you in a lot of his interviews.
You can just see the difference. When I fought, 50,000 people there. When he fought, like about 100 people there. You know what I mean? It was a world title fight, so honestly, that's a little bit embarrassing. Nobody even wanted to go watch his fight, and he's fighting for a world title. So that's a little embarrassing. But, hats off to him. He did good. He did what he was supposed to do in this fight. Maybe we can get that fight going in the future.
Do you feel like you two, every outing is another build-up to you two fighting?
I just don't like him. I really don't. I don't know. I don't like him. So hopefully we can get that fight later in the future.
Why don't you like him?
I just don't like him. He's cocky. We got some stuff that happened in the gym. Talks a lot of shit. I don't know. I just want to knock him out, break his face.
Caleb Plant said he saw some weak spots in his
Caleb
game.
Plant is a pussy. He's a fucking pussy. That's what he is. I don't care what he saw, what he thinks he saw. Caleb Plant's gonna get knocked out by Canelo. If he don't get knocked out by Canelo, he's gonna get knocked out by Benavidez.
Real quick, tougher fight: Charlo, Plant, or Canelo? Just real quick. Thank you.
Well, the toughest fight, it has to be Canelo, definitely, because he's the pinnacle of this sport. He's the best pound for pound of this sport. Okay, so you definitely have to say it.
Charlo or Plant?
What did you say?
I was saying, okay, so Charlo or Plant, which one is tougher between those two?
Oh, which one is tougher? Maybe Charlo. I don't really think too much of Plant. I mean, you guys do, but I don't. I don't think Plant is anything. It was a good performance. He did what he had to do. He landed everything he had to land. But when you're a champion like that, you want to make a statement. And especially a guy that's over his hill like that. Was he 39 years old? Caleb Truax. He was getting hit with literally every shot. And he had nothing to offer. He didn't come back with anything. So it kind of just it's very disappointing. If you're a Caleb Plant fan, if Caleb Plant goes out there and hits an old guy with everything he could possibly hit and you still can't stop him, especially when a guy that I stopped him. Anthony Durrell stopped him in the first round. So, I mean, for him to, just want to solidify himself as, one of the best champions at 168, it wasn't really an impressive performance in my eyes. But, I mean, he did what he had to do, but I feel like he's just too weak for that. He's just a weak champion. Basically, that's how I'm going to put it.
And in your mind, do you think he takes another fight before potentially putting himself in line for the quote-unquote Canelo sweepstakes?
I don't think so. I feel like he's going to sit out as long as until he gets that fight. But Canelo, he's back in it. He's always back in the gym. He doesn't take too much time off. So he's not going to be taking too much time off either. I think they might fight in September. But either way, once Canelo beats him, I'm still next to get in there with Caleb Plant. I still want to beat his ass, so that doesn't change. Even with the loss, without a loss, I'm still going to beat his ass.
So there's some real animosity between you two.
Yeah, I don't like him. And I want to knock him out. That's the only thing I want to do. I want to hurt him. Let me tell you something, okay? So he tried to sucker punch my brother. He hid behind his coach, and his coach got fucked up, and what did he do?
Justin Gamble?
Yeah, he got beat up. You can see it in the video.
Take your ass back over there. Hey, what's up? You know what fucking beat your ass? She got beat your ass. You fucking talk about
Hey, listen, you got a problem.
You gotta chill.
Listen,
you gotta chill.
talk about that fucking shit online?
So if me, my brother, and all of us would have jumped on Caleb Plant, what would they have said? Oh, the Benavidez team jumped me, this and that. It would have been even worse than what happened. So I knew my time was going to come. I know I'm going to get Caleb Plant eventually. I would have fucked Caleb Plant up right there. We all would have fucked Caleb Plant up. Just like his coach got beat up, you go see the video. And then after the fact that he got fucking beat up, Caleb Plant was on my brother's dick. Oh yeah, bro, you know what I mean? I have so much respect for you, this and that. The next day, that's what happened. And then after that, he daps my brother up. He goes on Instagram talking shit. That's what kind of person Caleb Plant is, bro. He's all talk, no bite. That's why he got fucking knocked out and made look like a bitch with Canelo Alvarez, man.
What did you think of that fight with him? Did you expect it? I expected him not to get knocked out. Did you call for the knockout?
I knew he was gonna get knocked out.
Wow.
The thing about Caleb Plant, he has no power. He has good little pop shots, but that can only take me so far. I mean, I think Canelo was dominating him every round. I mean, I think it was only a matter of time before he got knocked out, and he did. Whose sister has a conversation and says, you know what, you think I'm pretty good, right? It's pretty good for 21-0, right? Like that, I already felt like he was already mentally beat. He probably thought that, they're cool and he's not going to try to knock me out. And then in the 11th round, Canelo comes out and knocks his ass out. Well, I mean, I just thought that was kind of funny, man. It's kind of silly, but that's my opinion on that.
Everybody has that kind of opinion, like, oh, he shouldn't have done that, wrong thing to do in the undisputed fight. Do you think that he was surprised himself that he's made it that far and he was doing that? I mean, up until that point, he wasn't doing too bad. Obviously, Canelo was putting in the work, that will show up in the later rounds, but he was in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, he probably was surprising himself. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it just asking another fighter if you think you're good, during a world title fight like that, it's kind of silly to me.
And lastly, though, how many rounds does Plant go based on tonight, and how many rounds does Charlo go?
I'll beat the shit out of both of them. I don't know. We're going to have to see. I might have something sweet from Mr. Sweet Hands himself, but, I'll still lay his ass out.
Sounds like Espinoza and Sampson feel like it could really happen at the end of the year, man.
I think so. I mean, what else is there to make happen at 160? I mean, we got Canelo don't want to fight nobody, so nobody in PBC, so why the fuck would we not make that happen? I'm not going to sit around waiting for Canelo. So if we can make that happen, it's against the route. I think Caleb Plant is a pussy. That's all I think about him. There's nothing else. So next question.
There it is. Can't wait to see you in the ring, brother. Next time.
You should be talking fake escaping the show because the other boy got top 5. Stop, man. You gotta see what's up. I'm gonna knock you the fuck out, bitch. Let me see.
I already knew it was go time since I got off the plane, bro. I've already had it in my head. Whatever happens, happens. And this is just the type of grudge match we have. It's kind of dangerous, because I could fuck it up and probably him in his mouth. But I mean, that's just what time we're on right now. It's very personal. I seen him, but I already put fear into him. I went up there. When I got out the hotel, I said, "Oh, this is a dead man walking right here." Talking shit to him, telling him I was gonna beat his ass. And what did he tell me? He's like, "Bro, look at your pants."
They're nice. I like your pants.
Nah, I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, I'm telling you, I'm gonna break your fucking face, and you're telling me about my pants, bro. So, and then I already know he's scared, bro. I know somebody. I smell fear. I know how to smell fear, and I know fear when I see it. Yeah. So we're just on his ass, bro. But I mean, I'm very excited, and also I want to thank him, for getting me to this point of motivation. I've been seeing this fight in my head when I go to sleep and when I wake up. That's all I've been thinking, man, and I'm very motivated. I've been training extremely hard, and I've been in training camp since October. I knew this moment was going to come, and now that it's here, I'm gonna make the most out of it.
Yeah, that ain't the first altercation, as you've seen the video in the gym, man. Just shed some light on that. What actually went down there before and after? Like
that stuff that happened in the gym was more between him and my brother. You know, he said something to my brother. My brother went up to him, confronted him about it. But I didn't really get too involved, if you see, because we had 3 guys. Caleb Plant sucker punched my brother and then got behind his trainer. So then what happened? Fucking Ryo and my brother jumped on his trainer, started beating his trainer's ass, and then Caleb Plant was aside. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna make it more than what it is. And that was 5 years ago. Now, yeah. And if we would have fucking jumped him, or if I would have fucked him up, put him in the hospital, he would have flipped the whole narrative. Like, oh, these guys coming out here, jump me, this and that. But if you're not ready for that, don't be fucking running your mouth like that. You know, we're not in the ring no more. Right here on the outside, we're in the streets. You know what I mean? But when you're trying to keep it a little bit professional, but this is just how we feel, man. I'm fucking pumped. I'm excited. I'm ready to get back up in his face and see what happens.
What's going on, everybody? Want to thank Al Heyman, Luis de Cubas, my manager. Want to thank Steven Espinoza and Showtime. Thank everybody for coming out today. And we got a big fight on our hands. But that's good. That's what boxing needs, is big fights. And I want to be someone to help deliver that to the boxing world. I'm sure he does too. You know, coming off of 11-month layoff after the Canelo fight, I could have chose somebody to get in the ring with that no one knew, some nobody, just some sparring session of a match. But you know, I told my team I want to make the biggest fight possible. And that may not be the biggest fight out there, but give me the biggest fight possible. They came back to me with 2-time former world champ, Anthony Durrell. And he was ranked high enough in the WBC to make that a 12-round WBC title eliminator. And you being the interim champ, and that being a title eliminator means I fight him, that means we get it on next, right?
You were pressured. You didn't want to fight. That's why you got all the fucking demands.
Huh?
You got fucking pressure. You didn't want to fight. What did you ask for? 22-foot boxing ring? Rival gloves? Blue corner? You want to come as the champion? Who's the champion? David, the Mexican monster is the champion. You want to come out as the champion.
David said, let me talk. So, being a 12-round, you know, a title eliminator, that means I know I'm next in line to fight for the interim champ, which is David. And so going into the Durrell fight, I knew what was happening next. I knew the plan. And so, you know, the narrative of me being pressured or bullied or cornered into, you know, having to fight him, it's not the case. I knew going in, hey, 12-round title eliminator, that means interim belt next. And, you know, the winner of this fight becomes Canelo's mandatory for the WBC world title. So I'm exactly where I want to be. I'm in the fight that I want. You know, in 2017, when David beat Ronald Graville, I was waiting, you know, right at the bottom of the stairs saying, hey, let's make it happen. Let's do it. In 2019, I won a world title. 2020, me and my team, we reach out to Samson and say, hey, would you guys like to make something happen? He said, no, it's not time yet. You know, we need to let that fight marinate. We need to let it, you know, stay on the show for a minute, build it up, whatever. I don't know his intentions. So I go off on my mandatories. In the meantime, he loses his belt for a second time. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. Well, I got the Canelo fight on the line now. So why would I toss that away to fight you? I don't know if you're gonna show up on weight. I don't know if you're gonna, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen. So why would I throw that chance away to fight for Undisputed, to fight a future Hall of Famer, to fight someone, you know, one of the biggest fights in boxing. That's why we're in this, right? To have the biggest fights. So that's the fight I took, the Canelo fight. And March 25th, you ain't got to worry about me pulling out.
Show up.
I'm going to show up.
Take care of those fragile dance.
Yeah.
Okay, show up.
Because remember, this ain't my first big fight.
I want to see you.
This ain't my first one. I've been here before, and I've done it.
Show up.
And when I show up on weight, and I don't test positive for cocaine neither. So don't worry about me.
Been knocked the fuck out already, but Canelo put you to sleep. That's exactly what I'm gonna do to you too.
Hey.
You're fucking
at the highest level.
At the highest level, you still hit like a bitch. You got 13 fucking knockouts already. Fucking fight. You hit like a little bitch.
Ask Anthony Durrell. What I did to Anthony Durrell?
Finish what the fuck you gotta say.
You ain't gonna do that.
Finish what you gotta say.
You ain't gonna do that.
You're scared. You're scared.
It's a lot of tough guy, rah stuff. You know.
Yeah, this fucking guy. He fucking looks like he's about to cry. Look at his fucking eyes. I see him. I know a pussy when I see one.
Yeah. Even his dad, you know, Senior, he calls all types of fighters bitches and pussies. And,
I respect everybody. You're a bitch. I respect everybody.
You may, you know, you may hear a banter between fighters. You may even hear a fighter say something like, "I've never lost to a white boy, and I'm not about to start now."
Who the fuck said that? When did I?
Anthony Durrell.
Am I Anthony Durrell?
I'm not talking
about you. Am I Anthony Durrell? So don't bring that up. Like if I'm the one saying that shit too.
I didn't say you said that.
Finish what the fuck you gotta say.
Let me
get. What? You could've got outside the fucking hotel. You fucking pussy got all these fucking people with you.
This dude ain't scared. He's so mad. He's so mad. You're not gonna do nothing. So anyways, you know, you hear Jose Senior, you know, he calls fighters bitches and pussies, and you may hear that between fighters, but you don't normally hear boxing coaches talking like that. And the reason you don't really hear that is because a lot of boxing trainers, you know, they've been in the ring. They've been in the ring. They fought before. But you've never fought. You never made that walk. You never had to lace up a pair of gloves and feed your family. You don't know what it's like. So it's easy for you to toss those words around because you never had to do it.
You're a bitch.
You never had to do it.
Look at you. You want to cry?
I don't want to cry. So anyways, March 25th, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in shape. I'm going to be on weight. I ain't going to be on cocaine. And I'm going to whoop his ass.
Just show up.
Thank you, Caleb.
Sure about fucking brought your glasses when you slap in the face.
Are you whispering? What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you whispering? Talk to me like a fucking man.
All right, now, coming to the podium. They're fine. Coming to the podium. Unbeaten. He's 26-0, 23 knockouts. He is the former two-time WBC super middleweight champion of the world. He has been nicknamed the Mexican Monster. He is David Benavidez.
First of all, I want to thank God because without him, none of this is possible. Secondly, I want to thank Al Heyman, Samson Lukowicz, Lisa Kubas, my father Jose Benavidez, and David Garcia. This has been a fight in the making for the past 5 years, and I couldn't have come at a better time. I'm at my best right now, mentally and physically. There's been a lot of shit talking going back and forth, but on March 25th, I get to put hands on Caleb Plant. And trust me, when I say, I'm gonna beat the fucking living shit out of you, pussy. I'm gonna beat the living shit out of you. Yo, yeah, and then when you're in the fucking ground bleeding from your fucking mouth, you're gonna realize how to respect a real fucking monster. That's real. What? I'm scared because I'm fucking...
David, leave him alone. He's about to cry.
This dude, man, he has 13 knockouts. He thinks just because he knocked fucking Anthony Durrell out, that's supposed to mean something to me. I beat the shit out of Anthony Durrell when I was 23 years old. I was champion before you. I got 3 fucking belts right now. Man, I don't know what you want to fucking be. You're a fucking show. You ain't nothing. And watch, March 25th, mark my words, I'm gonna put this motherfucker in the hospital.
All right.
Me, what the fans want to see, they want to go in there, they want to see a knockout. And he could try to act like I'm not like that, but look at my record, 26-0, 23 knockouts. Everybody, look at everybody how they look after I fight them. They're beat the fuck up. His partner in training. And I don't want to be a dick either because I love Carolina Davis, but you know, I don't when I get up in here, I don't play around. They know what I am, I'm a Mexican monster, this is exactly what I do, and he's no fucking different. He's no different from any other fighter I fought, so he's going to see March 25th.
Caleb, you guys have certainly had back and forth on social media, and you said, quote, there are wolves and there are sheep, and if you don't know which one you are, then you aren't a wolf. Explain to us what you were talking about when you said that to David.
No, that's not what I said to David. That was just, you know, a caption on the Instagram post of me on it. That had nothing to do with David. That's just for life in general, you know. In life, if you want to succeed, you got to be a wolf. And there's a wolf and there's sheep. And if you don't know which one you are, then you probably aren't a wolf. So,
David he's repeated a number of things that, you know, Jose Muscatski, I remember him saying about you. Anthony Durrell said the same thing about you, that Look, all this guy's going to do is run around the ring.
I'm not Uzcategui, and I'm not Anthony Durrell either.
You're not Uzcategui down a couple times. We saw what you did to Anthony Durrell. What does David Benavidez need to know about Caleb Plant and the power he has in his hands on March 25th?
Just, March 25th, I'm coming. I'm going to be fully prepared. And I've been at this level before. I've done this before. And I know what it takes. And so, from now until March 25th, it's really just about who can train the hardest from now till then. And who can keep their foot on the gas without taking it off during camp.
Hey, but he know how the canvas feels too, so I'm going to put him back on that motherfucker.
What is that?
Oh, so you don't know how the canvas feels? You ain't been laid out before.
Canvas.
The canvas. Now you don't fucking understand it well.
I mean, I don't know. I can't understand what you're saying. Canvas.
The floor.
What about it?
You've been on.
Be laying down.
Okay.
You've been on the fucking floor already, so I'm gonna put you
and
back.
And you've been on the canvas too. You got dropped by Ronald Graville.
I ain't get fucking put to sleep like you.
I wouldn't
ain't fucking put to sleep like you. You got knocked the fuck out from everybody.
Hey, I got back.
You talking about you don't know if you're a fucking wolf or a sheep, motherfucker? You've been on the floor. You a sheep. No. So what are you talking about? You no fucking wolf.
Sheep don't get to sit up
here. You a fucking sheep, bro.
Sheep don't get to sit up.
One of the things.
Motherfucker so hurt. He thinks he won that fight.
And you aren't a sheep. Hey, David, and you aren't a sheep either. I don't think you're a sheep.
One of the things
that don't get to sit up here on the stage. I know you're a wolf. I'm a wolf too. And yeah, you touched the canvas. I touched the canvas. I know I got stopped, but I got right back
knocked out.
And I wanted to continue, but hey, the ref did his job. It was a good stoppage, and I took my hat to Canelo. He's a great fighter, but
one of the things
that's not no knock on me.
Yeah, one of the things that Jose talked about, and you can address this too, Caleb, is he said, listen, Caleb Plant wanted a bigger ring. We've agreed to give him a bigger ring. Tell us why, if that's true.
Well, yeah, after the fight with Durrell, I knew that it was time to move forward and make the fight with David. And if, we couldn't get that done, I was trying to step to Charlo and see if we could make that happen as well. Luis said, what would it take?
What does that have to do with the bigger ring? What is you trying to fight Charlo have to do with requesting the bigger ring?
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
How about if I would have said no to a blue corner? I said yes to everything. They're like asking, saying,
you can ask just like Durrell.
He doesn't give a fuck. He'll take whatever. He just wants to get you to fight on the ring.
Got it. Go ahead. Answer.
Okay. And, he said, what would it take to make that fight happen? I gave him a list of some things that I thought that, I wanted to have. And within like a day or two, he came back and he said, done deal. And, even from Jose Sr.'s side and David's side, he said as soon as they came to him with those negotiations, he just immediately, said yes to everything because he thought I was trying to get out of something or something like that. But, if you're as soon as they bring something to you, just say yes to everything, that's not really a negotiating tactic. So it's not my problem that you said, yeah to everything as soon as they brought it to you. And, I said, hey, what about a 22 by 22 foot ring? What about it being in Las Vegas? As far as the rival gloves, you wear rival gloves every fight.
What about if I would have said
so I had no request for you to wear a certain glove, or I'm wearing Grants. So if I had a request, I would make you wear the same gloves as me. I wouldn't make you wear different gloves than me. So that don't make no sense. So as far as the gloves, I ain't got no idea about that. My contract says a glove of your choice.
Caleb, we'll start with you. In Las Vegas, Showtime pay-per-view, for all the people who will pay their hard-earned money, buy tickets, buy the fight, what can you guarantee that they're going to get on March 25th when you step in the ring with David Benavidez?
They're going to get a hell of a fight. I mean, again, I've never said David's a bad fighter. I don't think he's a bad fighter. I'm not interested in fighting bad fighters. I want to fight good fighters. I want to make big fights happen. And this is the biggest fight in the division that can be made. So I'm excited to do that March 25th. I see myself getting my hand raised.
David, you get the final word. Lots of people coming out to the MGM Grand Garden Arena, paying their hard-earned money to Showtime pay-per-view to watch this fight. What can you guarantee they're going to get on March 25th?
March 25th, I guarantee you I'm going to knock Caleb Plant out before round 6. Guaranteed.
There you have it, folks. It is one of the most significant fights of the year. It goes down on Showtime pay-per-view March 25th, Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. That is 6 o'clock Pacific time from the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Get your tickets now for David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, two former world champions going at it at 168 pounds. Guys, if you would, you can just have a stand right there. You can stand right there, and we'll just stand face there. Face those cameras. That's it. Just face the cameras. So we can get a good picture here. That's it. That's what people want to see. David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, the two top guys at 168 pounds on Showtime pay-per-view, March 25th, from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you for watching. We'll see you March 25th in Las Vegas and on Showtime pay-per-view.
What do you think about his energy?
He was like I said, bro. He doesn't. I know the energy. When I know a scared person when I see him. You know, I've been beating the shit out of people my whole life. You know what I mean? So he can act like he's going in there and he's not scared of me, but I know he's scared of me.
He's gonna be most surprised once he steps in.
Be surprised when I'm knocking the fuck out. That's what he's gonna be surprised of.
What's the headline reading on the 26th of March on that Sunday morning?
David Benavidez knocks out Caleb Plant in round 6. You know what I mean? If that's who you think, that I'm a flat-footed fighter, I'm a undisciplined fighter, I'm a drug addict, I'm a this, and you think whatever you want. When I get your ass in that ring, no matter who it is, you're not going to be thinking that after the fight.
We all heard him talking to Canelo in the ring. I know you had your opinion about that, and him kind of maybe verbally.
That was his cry for help. I mean, like, please, Canelo, don't knock me out. So, I mean, he got knocked out anyway, so it didn't even matter.
Do you think that?
You know, I'm not Caleb Plant's friend, and I don't want to be his friend, even after the fight, you know, so I'm really looking to beat the shit out of him. That's the only thing I want. You know, I don't care about anything else. I don't care about fighting Canelo after. I don't care about the belts. My main objective is going in there and beating the shit out of Caleb Plant. You know, and it could be done because Canelo already did it. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's gonna be super hard to do. You know.
So Caleb Plant's not gonna be no different. You can see he's already every time he's in there with a power puncher like Uzcategui. You know, he beat Uzcategui, but he was hurt. When he got in there with Canelo, Canelo hurt him. You know, even Anthony Durrell's catching him with some good shots, but Durrell, he's not a hitter like that. And then, so, you know, I have the power. You know, I feel like I'm faster, I'm stronger. How is Caleb Plant gonna feel when he actually feels that power? Because I've seen the guys he's been sparring. He's sparring little guys. You know, I was watching a video of Amiri Jones.
154.
With 54, and he said, oh, Caleb Plant has some pop. He has some good pop. If I'm sparring a 154 pounder, you know what he's gonna say about Dave Benavidez? That guy's a fucking monster. That's what he's gonna say. He's not gonna say he has some pop. You know what I mean? And he's sparring other guys at 160, little dudes. So I mean, I sparred the guys I've been sparring. They all have good speed. You know, they have power too. So what's gonna happen once I get Caleb Plant and I hit him with those 10-ounce gloves? You know, because this is the strongest I've ever felt in my whole career. So I'm ready, bro. You know, I'm 100% ready. I'm ready for whatever.
You think you're gonna break him in this fight once you start hitting him consistently?
You guys will see. Like I said, I'm the most accurate puncher at super middleweight, and not only am I the most accurate puncher, I throw punches in bunches. I throw more than anybody in this weight class, and I'm accurate. If you guys don't think I know what I'm doing, then you guys are all stupid. Let's talk about Mr. Victim here, bro. Since he wants to act like a little fucking girl, always trying to make it seem like he's a good guy. Why on Twitter the other day he told some girl to suck his dick and that he was gonna pee on his boyfriend? Where was all that energy at with me? When I'm telling him I'm gonna fuck him up, how come he doesn't have that same energy to me? But when he goes home, he has fucking Twitter fingers. He wants to talk shit, acting like he's a tough guy.
Hey, do you know what?
Say that energy to me, bro. Why when I was in front of him, he's acting, oh, man, he's a good fight. He's a wolf, you know.
Hey, well, he's his David, you know.
Yeah, but when he goes home, he fucking gets in front of a camera. He grows some balls and talks all this shit. Talk shit to me face to face, and we'll see what's gonna happen.